Meeting will come to order.
This is a regular meeting of the Township Committee. Public notice of this meeting has been given as required by the Open Public Meetings Law. A resolution was adopted on January 1st, 2025, designating this date, this hall, and 7:30 p.m. as the time for this regular meeting of the Township Committee of the Township of Union in the County of Union. A notice of each and every meeting of the Township Committee was posted in accordance with the aforesaid Open Public Meetings Law in one public place reserved for the posting of ordinances and official notices of the Township of Union, namely the bulletin board next to the clerk's office. In addition thereto, a copy of said resolution was forwarded to the local source in Star Ledger. A copy of said resolution is on file with the clerk of the Township.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Good evening. The prayer will be given by Committeewoman Patricia Garrett Frazier, and Deputy Mayor Joseph Fleury will lead us in the flag salute. Would you please stand?
Let us bow our hearts and minds. God of power, might, wisdom, and justice, through you authority is rightly administered, laws are enacted, and judgment is decreed. Assist this Township Committee with your spirit of counsel and fortitude, and guide us to seek righteousness, justice, and mercy, and assist us in leading our township with honesty and integrity. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please be seated. May I have a roll call?
Mr. Figueredo?
Here.
Ms. Terrell is excused. Ms. Frazier?
Here.
Mr. Florio?
Here.
Mayor Bowser?
Here. At this time, can I have a motion to approve the minutes?
A motion to approve the minutes, please.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
At this time, can we move on to the ordinances and resolutions?
I have for your consideration on second and final reading an ordinance prohibiting smoking in and on all public property.
Move the ordinance be taken up for second and final reading at this time.
Second.
An ordinance prohibiting smoking in and on all public property in the Township of Union, Union County, New Jersey. This ordinance bans smoking in and on all public property.
Is there anyone from the public wishing to speak on this ordinance?
Mayor, I have comments that were submitted that I'm going to read into the record.
Yes.
From Gary Mosier, 2152 Tyler Street. Put simply, I think this ordinance is a very bad law and very bad political strategy. Clearly, there are much greater threats to public health than secondhand odors, obesity, for example. The Bill of Rights was designed to protect minority liberty interests from the fascist tendencies of majorities. This ordinance mocks those principles. To make no distinction between vaping, cigarette smoking, and marijuana smoking is blatantly unfair. The activities come with dramatically different capacities to reasonably offend. Another obscenity against fairness is the fact that this ordinance discriminates against people who can't afford or otherwise don't have an automobile to hide their vice in. Are you going to argue that the smell coming out of a car is less offensive than the smell produced by someone on the sidewalk? This legislation will encourage more people to do their smoking in their car, no doubt while it's running. Do I need to point out that a car running for 5 minutes probably produces more toxic vapors than a smoker could produce in an entire year? The vast majority of smokers recognize their responsibility to minimize their offensiveness. This legislation punishes all participants merely because a tiny minority is rude and obnoxious. This legislation goes too far, and it goes there too recklessly. Why not bite this cause in smaller chunks? During public events where people are in close proximity, I'd say it's quite reasonable to prohibit actual smoking. Pick that ripe fruit and let time prove more to be necessary. I think it needs to be pointed out that science indicates that millions of lives have been extended by the innovation of vaping, and I don't think vaping nicotine can be reasonably argued to be any more of a threat to public health than wearing too much cologne or perfume. Being perfectly candid, this just looks like convenient witch hunting. Real problems are hard to fix, so let's just pretend cigarette smokers created global warming and burn them at the stake made out of the Constitution of the United States. Quoting the National Academies of Sciences, Engineering, and Medicine, exposure to potentially toxic substances from e-cigarettes is significantly lower compared with combustible tobacco cigarettes and reduce short-term adverse health outcomes in several organ systems. That's it.
Is there anyone from the public wishing to speak on this ordinance?
Move the ordinance be adopted.
Second.
Mr. Figueredo?
Yes.
Ms. Frazier?
Yes.
Mr. Florio?
Yes.
Mayor Bowser.
Yes.
Amending Chapter 266-66 of the Municipal Code, Parking by Permit in Residential Areas to add Alden Terrace.
Move the ordinance be taken up for second and final reading.
Second.
An ordinance amending Chapter 266-66.2, Schedule 27, entitled Residential Permit Exemptions by the Township Committee, the Township of Union, County of Union, State of New Jersey. This ordinance affects Alden Terrace.
Is there anyone from the public wishing to speak on this ordinance?
Move the ordinance be adopted.
Second.
Mr. Figueredo?
Yes.
Ms. Frazier?
Yes.
Mr. Florio?
Yes.
Mayor Bowser.
Yes.
Creating a handicap space in front of 1505 Rose Terrace.
Move the ordinance be taken up for second and final reading.
Second.
An ordinance amending the designation of restricted parking spaces for use by persons with special vehicle identification cards in the Township of Union, Union County, New Jersey. This ordinance creates a handicap space in front of 1505 Rose Terrace.
Is there anyone from the public wishing to speak on this ordinance?
Move the ordinance be adopted.
Second.
Mr. Figueredo?
Yes.
Ms. Frazier?
Yes.
Mr. Florio?
Yes.
Mayor Bowser.
Yes.
I have for your consideration on draft and first reading an ordinance amending Chapter 294 of the Municipal Code to authorize the acceptance of credit card payments for municipal fees.
Move the draft be taken up for first reading by title at this time.
Second.
An ordinance amending Chapter 294 fees of the Code of the Township of Union to authorize the acceptance of payments for municipal fees and taxes via credit card and electronic fund transfer and the application of convenience fees. Mr. Figueredo?
Yes.
Ms. Frazier?
Yes.
Mr. Florio?
Yes.
Mayor Bowser.
Yes.
Move the draft be taken up for second and final reading at our next regularly scheduled meeting.
Second.
Mr. Figueredo?
Yes.
Ms. Frazier?
Yes.
Mr. Florio?
Yes.
Mayor Bowser.
Yes.
The following resolutions ratifying the renewal of plenary retail consumption license numbers 2019-33047-004, trading as Liberty Tavern, and 2019-33046-010, trading as E&G Sapo LLC, doing business as Abuja for the annual period of July 1st, 2025 through June 30th, 2026.
Move for approval.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Authorizing the insertion of a special item of revenue into the 2025 budget in the amount of $64,788 under the caption Local Public Health Capacity Program 2025 Grant.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Urging the County of Union to conduct a traffic study for the 5 Points intersection and implement appropriate improvements.
Move for approval.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Authorizing the purchase of new chairs from Commercial Furniture Interiors for the Library Theater for an amount not to exceed $21,350, State Contract 125, COMG 94142.
Move to approve the purchase.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Authorizing a professional service agreement with CME Associates to provide engineering and LSRP services for the Rapkin Park improvements for a fee not to exceed $379,742.
Move for approval.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Urging the County of Union to conduct a traffic study and undertake street improvements along Chestnut Street.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Amending Resolution 2024-185, increasing the amount to Johnston Communications by an additional $221,000 for a total contract amount not to exceed $4,385,970.68 for the technology infrastructure and associated site work Phase 2 for the new library.
Move for approval.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Amending Resolution 2025-193, increasing the amount to Robert Varity Esquire by an additional $15,000 for the ABC matter of Signature Sports Bar LLC for a total amount not to exceed $37,500.
Move for approval.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Authorizing the purchase of new furniture from Exemplis Corp. Care of Commercial Interiors for the Girl Scout House for an amount not to exceed $49,938.56 through State Contract 125 COMG 9412.
Move for approval.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Authorizing the release of a performance bond in the amount of $4,500 and cash bond in the amount of $500 for Billa Corporation, 2201 Springfield Avenue.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Authorizing the release of a performance bond in the amount of $4,500 and cash bond in the amount of $500 for Maxon Hyundai, Inc. for Route 22 West.
Move for approval.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Authorizing the mayor and clerk to submit and execute a grant application with the County of Union for the Kids Recreation Trust Fund Program.
Move for approval.
Second.
All in favor?
Authorizing the payment of all approved vouchers for solid waste collection, haulage, and disposal at the interim rate of $75.09 per ton for household waste and $129.52 per ton for bulky waste for the month of July.
Move for approval.
Second.
All in favor?
Amending Resolution 2023-259, increasing the amount to m and M Construction, Inc. by an additional $389,815 for construction management services for the new library for a total amount not to exceed $2,889,815.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Authorizing the release of a performance bond in the amount of $4,500 and cash bond in the amount of $500 for Primrose Schools, 2936 Vauxhall Road.
Move for approval.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Authorizing the release of a maintenance bond in the amount of $525 to CYZ Properties LLC, 2036 Morris Avenue.
Move for approval.
Second.
All in favor?
Authorizing the renewal of Plenary Retail Club License Number 2019-31077-001, Michael L. Kelly, VFW, for the period of July 1st, 2025 through June 30th, 2026.
Move for approval.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Authorizing a professional service agreement with Colliers Engineering and Design for engineering services associated with the stormwater compliance assistance for an amount not to exceed $44,000.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Ask you to approve the finances as listed on the agenda.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
The following communications from Terry Milanda, Tax Collector, requesting the Township Committee authorize checks issued to the following, representing the redemption of tax sale certificates. As
Move for
lo-
approval.
Second.
All in favor?
From Joseph Venezia, Township Engineer, requesting payment number 9 to Crossroads Paving Corporation, doing business as ADG Contracting, in the amount of $286,324.05 for work completed through August 13th, 2025, in connection with the 2024 Road Improvement Program.
Move for approval.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
From Bennett Epstein, Temple B'nai Abraham, Route 22 East, requesting to erect a 60 by 60-foot tent for their annual memorial service from September 24th through September 29th, 2025, with all fees waived.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
From Kim Eason, resident, requesting a refund to First Baptist Church in the amount of $320 for a showmobile request that was canceled.
Move for approval.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Joseph Mara, resident, requesting a refund in the amount of $1,944 for an overpayment of a liquor license.
Move to approve the refund.
Second.
All in favor?
From Louis Moreo, resident, requesting to hold a block party on Earhart Street, Sunday, August 31st, 2025, from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m.
Move for approval.
Second.
All in favor?
Department reports from the Clerk's Office, Community Development, Police Department, Fire Department, and Municipal Court.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
That concludes my part of the agenda.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. At this time, we'll move on to the committee reports. I'd like to start with DPW Commissioner Manuel Figueredo.
Thank you, Mayor. From our Department of Public Works, our road division swept 473 streets, filled 28 potholes, patched 6 road intersections, 42 overlay applications, and utilized 52.5 tons of asphalt material. Our sewer division flushed out and cleared 5 sanitary line blockages, 1 after-hour emergency call-out for sanitary issues. There were 44 enzyme applications. This is to eliminate grease in various sanitary lines. They cleaned 52 catch basins and repaired 2 catch basins. Our shade tree division removed 12 hazardous trees, removed 11 stumps, and trimmed 18 trees. Our grounds division cleaned 53 township parks and properties of various litter and debris. There were 90 field cuts, and they cleaned 3 private properties. And as always, any inquiries, any concerns you have, you can contact the Division of Public Works at 908-686-1922. But we encourage you to utilize the report of concern that is featured on the Township website. And Mayor, that concludes my report.
Thank you, Commissioner. Next, we have Fire Commissioner Patricia Guy Frazier.
Okay, good evening, everyone. During this reporting period, the Union Fire Department responded to 631 calls for service, encompassing fire incidences, emergency medical services, and motor vehicle accidents. Our personnel continues to demonstrate exceptional commitment and professionalism in ensuring the safety and well-being of our community. Several significant events that took place, I'm sure you are all aware. July 26, a powerful thunderstorm swept through the township, resulting in widespread damage and emergencies. UFD responded to 81 calls for service during the event. Numerous downed power lines, uprooted trees, and structural damages were reported, including a tree falling onto the residents on Valley Street, causing a partial collapse of the home. Crews worked tirelessly to stabilize affected areas and assist residents. August 2nd, there was a structure fire on Floyd Terrace. August 10th, commercial smoke condition on Route 22, a self-storage facility. August 13th, additional storm response, another round of severe weather brought township-wide emergencies and ongoing responses. Seasonal fire safety tips. As we transition from summer to fall, it is important for residents to remain vigilant about fire safety. Here are several timely reminders. Outdoor and seasonal hazards. Late summer often brings dry vegetation, increasing the risk of fire. Take caution with grills, fire pits, and other open flames. Always clear away dry brush and debris from around your home. Heating equipment readiness. Now is the ideal time to inspect and service heating systems before colder weather sets in. Heating equipment is one of the leading causes for home fires during the fall and winter months. Check your smoke and CO alarms. Make sure you have an escape plan. Create and review a home fire escape plan. Identify 2 exits from every room and establish a meeting outside. Practice the plan with all household members to ensure everyone knows the emergency protocol. Fire extinguisher maintenance. Ensure your fire extinguishers are fully charged, visible, and easily accessible. Know how to use them in case of a small fire. The Union Fire Department remains committed to delivering high-quality emergency services with professionalism and integrity, and we thank you for that. We thank our residents for their ongoing support and cooperation. Stay safe and be prepared. That concludes my report.
Thank you, Commissioner. Next, we have Senior Center and Recreation Department Commissioner Joseph Florio.
Thank you very much, Mayor. From our Recreation Department, each year, you know, we have Movies Under the Stars. We show several films in Rapkin Park, and we run a contest asking the people who attended who they thought was the best picture. This year, Movie Under the Stars picture was Lilo and Stitch. This live-action remake of the popular animated film earned 55% of the vote. The movie night will be held on Friday, September 5th, where we'll show it again at Rapkin Park. Pre-movie entertainment will begin at 5:30, and the movie will begin at approximately 7:15. Pre-movie entertainment will include a photo booth, DI, and bubble entertainer. Snacks and ice cream will be available for purchase. Bring your lawn chair and a blanket, and please enjoy the movie and the laughs. From our Senior Citizens Department, from our Health and Wellness on Tuesday, September 9th, from 9:30 to 11:30, a nurse will be providing health maintenance check and prevention service. Please, if you need it, take advantage of this. Senior Center Luau Barbecue on Friday, September 5th, 10:30 to 1. Get ready to enjoy a festive afternoon filled with island vibes. Bring your appetite, your dancing shoes, and your best aloha spirit for a joyful afternoon of great food, great music, and a whole lot of fun. We also run a movie day on September 10th at 1:30, September 10th. The Laundromat is a witty and thought-provoking film that mixes humor with relocating life drama. Inspired by true events, it tells the story of an ordinary woman whose search for justice leads her to the compelling world of global finance. On Consumer Affairs, on Tuesday, September 16th at 11 a.m., join us for an important and informative session led by New Jersey Consumer Affairs on how to protect yourself from common scams. Learn how to spot warning signs, safeguard your personal information, and avoid falling victims to phone, mail, online, and person fraud. This presentation will provide real-life examples, practical tips, and resources to help you stay safe and informed. Empower yourself with the knowledge you need to protect your financials and peace of mind. Stay alert, stay safe, and don't be scammed. I don't have to tell you, if you follow on the news, a lot of seniors are getting scammed out today, sometimes losing their entire savings and so forth. You got to be very careful. This program is something, or this event you should attend if you want. It's going to give you a lot of good, valuable information. We have our pottery on Wednesday, September 10th at 10:30 to 11:30. Discover the joy of hands-on creativity in our upcoming pottery workshop led by Express Yourself Studio. This engaging session introduces the participants to the timeless art of poetry using air drying clay, a versatile and accessible medium, perfect assistance of all levels. All materials will be provided, no experience necessary. Just bring your curiosity and a willingness to get your hands a little messy. Upcoming trips. For our Wind Creek Casino, Thursday, September 18th, $40 per person, leaving at Jeanette Avenue. Huntington Hills, which is a very nice place to go to. On Friday, October 24th, the night charge is $90. A Michael Jackson impersonation. If you like Michael Jackson, you really should go see this. Ticket pricing includes bus transportation, show, table service entree, dessert, buffet, coffee, tea, tax, and gratuity. Bus departs from the Senior Center at 10 a.m. Again, that's October 24th. The Paper Mill Playhouse, another great event. Friday, October 30th, Bull Durham, $41, bus departs at 12:30. Step up to the plate for a grand slam of comedy, romance, and American favorite pastime. Adapted from the beloved film Bull Durham, follows veteran catcher Crash Davis, rookie pitcher Nuke LaLoosh, and baseball muse Ann Savoy in a love triangle bursting with heart, humor, and unforgettable music. Come join us for an unforgettable day at the theater. For any additional information, please call the Senior Center at 908-851-5290.
Thank you, Commissioner. Before we dive into our upcoming events, I'd like to congratulate a former Union High School twirler, Christina Selby, who was in Italy earlier this month, representing the Team USA at the Technical Baton Twirling Championship and Nations Cup. Congratulations, and keep up the great work.
Yeah.
Fitness at the Plaza. I'm thrilled to share that our latest Fitness at the Plaza initiative is a continued success. Our free fitness classes are located at the Union Arts Center Plaza at 1980 Morris Avenue on select Saturday mornings. We have an exciting array of classes to help you stay active and energized this summer, featuring Club Pilates, Santa Yoga, the Max Challenge, and Zumba. For a September schedule, visit uniontownship.com and be sure to mark your calendars. Soul House is coming up as well. Join us for the Soul House Festival on Saturday, September the 6th. We're excited to bring a day of amazing live music, DJs, and delicious food trucks to Bear Temple Park. It's going to be a fantastic community celebration. You won't want to miss it. Visit uniontownship.com for more details. Also coming up is the Hispanic Latino Heritage Festival. Join us as we celebrate the rich traditions of the Hispanic and Latino community as part of our annual Heritage Festival on Saturday, September 20th at Bear Temple Park. We'll be alive with vibrant music, incredible performances, and delicious food. This is something you cannot and do not want to miss. This event for the whole family to experience and enjoy over 40 vendors, face painting, inflatables, and much more. Visit uniontownship.com for more details. Everbridge notifications, please sign up for emergency and general notifications online at www.uniontownship.com. These updates are also placed on Facebook at TWP Union NJ. At this time, I'd like to open it up to comments and questions from the public. If you're wishing to speak, please remember that there's a 5-minute rule, and please give your name and address before speaking.
Hello, Ruth Slovic, 1221 McGee. I just want to say thank you. I had a wonderful time at the Girls' Night Out. It was a great event. I think everyone who attended enjoyed that. And also National Night Out, just a few days apart. I went to both of those, and it was a wonderful time. So I wanted to say thank you. The other thing is I want to say thank you for checking into a study at the 5 Points intersection, because that's a crazy, crazy spot. And I appreciate all the efforts that you guys can do to make this situation better. I found myself stuck underneath the traffic light and couldn't move because the cars are all going all around me. So thank you for doing that. Then I had some questions about the library. You had 3 different points here about the library as far as expenditures, and from what I understand, one of them is going to be reimbursed by insurance. But the other 2, let me just get my glasses on. The other 2 was library. Number 18 and number 11. So the one was increasing the amount, an additional $221,000 for a total contract, and number 18, an additional $389,000. So I was just wondering, is that the end of the phases now? Because they said phase 2 and construction and the building is done. Are there more expenditures coming up, or is this going to be the last of it?
Mayor, if I may, that's part of the contractual agreement we made. We're finishing off our payments for the work that was done. In other words, we don't pay in advance, we pay when it's done. So that's what you're seeing now, is the conclusion of the payments. The library is done.
So there shouldn't be no other expenses after these?
Well, I can't say there will be no expenses.
I mean, to run the library, of course, is going to be expenses, obviously. But I'm just saying, there's no large amounts like that?
No.
Okay, because using the words increase makes it seem like you're adding to it, and it doesn't look, it makes you wonder.
It was all part of the budget that was put in.
Okay. Let me see, there was something else I wanted to say. Nope, that's it. Thank you very much.
Any further questions?
Good evening. Eileen Nahacheski, 325 Willow Drive. On July 22nd, I addressed the Town Committee expressing concerns about the property at 321 Willow Drive. I'd like to thank the committee, Anthony Manguso from the Building Department, the Division of Public Works, the Fire Department, and Senator Cryan. On July 23rd and 24th, that property was cleaned. All the trees that were concerning were cut back. The fire department boarded up the doors and the windows that were exposed. And in this past month, the owner has sided the property, put the windows on, had a dumpster delivered to remove all the debris, and as of this morning, they were installing stairs. So I wanted to thank the committee for following up with that, and I know that my neighbors and I feel much safer now that our concerns were addressed, and I hope that the town will continue to follow up in the same manner. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you for your comments.
Good evening.
Good evening.
My name is Tasha Neely. I've been a resident here for probably about 13, 14 years. I can't bend over very well. Today is a difficult day for me, but a blessed day. So I wrote an email to the committee, the members, in regards to accessible parking at the library. My concern is this. I eagerly anticipated the opening of the library, and I do utilize both the Vauxhall branch and the Union branch, even though I'm closer here to the Union branch. For many years, we had accessible parking that we shared with the employees, the municipal parking, and the employee parking spot or spaces. Since the new library has opened, it kind of resumed, but suddenly yesterday, I went to the library, and the parking spots or spaces that were, there's like 4 handicap parking spots. There are now signs that state employee-only parking. I had to walk this way to the accessible entrance for the courthouse, and trying to walk with my cane, my bag, and everything else, and I struggled. So when I came into the library, spoke to the staff there, they're awesome, by the way, I want to point that out, and they stated that those signs had just went up the day before. I said, well, why would they take away the handicap or the handicap, accessible parking for patrons that have disabilities? And it was not able to be explained. I then followed up with a phone call to the office, the municipal office, and I was told that they were going to utilize the accessible parking spots downstairs. Well, I'm really not sure why anyone would do that, because that really hinders your ability as a person with disabilities to be able to make it to the main entrance of the library, which is on the 2nd floor. So I am pleading with you to return those spots for patrons, because it's impossible, and I navigate with a cane, so can you imagine someone maybe in a wheelchair? You cannot have accessible parking on the lower level when those doors are mainly locked. You don't have access to the library from those doors downstairs. And even if you open those doors, understand that someone with a physical disability would have to walk past the art exhibit all the way down to the end of the hallway, utilize the one elevator that you have to get upstairs to the 2nd floor. Now that's the main floor, but as an adult, I now have to go to the 3rd floor because that's where the adult services are. So can you see, I just wanted to give that visual so that you can see the inconvenience for someone with a disability. Whereas before, you had those 4 spots, I'm right at the level of the main library, and then I can just take the elevator 1 story up to get to adult services, or remain on the main level if I'm reserving like a study room. But that's ridiculous. The goal is not to make it harder for people who have physical disabilities. The goal is to make it more accessible. That's not accessible. So it ruined my entire day because I had to struggle from the parking spot with my bag, my cane, my laptop. And at that point, I didn't enjoy my stay, so I ended up leaving early and going back home. So it ruined my happy place. That's my point. So I'm pleading with you to take that under consideration for patrons such as myself who have disabilities. Restore those parking spots that are meant for handicap. Do not make it more of a struggle for someone with a physical disability to try to utilize the library. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Don, is that something we can take a look at?
Mayor, if I may, I want to thank the resident for bringing that to our attention. And we did receive the phone call about it. We went out to the spaces, and while the accessible parking was always there, there was a little confusion with the signage. And so the sign that you saw for the 4 spots have been removed. So it is available to anyone who needs them. Plus the 2 that are available on the lower level are also obviously accessible as well. So I want to thank you for that, and we did correct it. And if you go there right now, you will see that there is no more sign there.
I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Again, just really quick, and then I'm going to let someone else speak. Just understand that I don't know if your intent is to open the doors downstairs to allow patrons to enter the first floor up to the second and third floors, because those doors are normally locked unless you have an event going on, and then you have to kind of ring like this little doorbell thing. And then the library staff have to answer, respond, and say, who is it? And usually that person would have to walk around and enter the library on on the main entry level. So just keep that in mind, because someone with a physical disability cannot get up that ramp, that I call it a ramp, from around the Dunkin' Donuts is impossible. So if those doors are locked, you can't even get through the first floor.
So you will be happy to know that those doors are not locked any longer.
Okay.
And the doors are open from, during the summer, it'll be from 8 to 4:30, and then when we go back to winter schedule, they will be from 8:30 to 4:30.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. Appreciate your time. Have a
Thank
good
you.
evening.
Good night. My name is Cheryl, and I live at Hickory Manor. And about 2 years ago, Hendricks Drive was resurfaced, but their crosswalks weren't replaced. So my question is, who is responsible for doing that?
I'm not sure what you're at. You got to speak. a little-
Can you repeat your
Address.
question?
Yes, at the crosswalk that we had on Hendricks Drive outside of Hickory Manor, after Hendricks was paved, it was never replaced. My question, who is responsible for replacing that crosswalk?
Mayor, we're happy to go take a look at it. If it's a county roadway, we'll reach out to the county and get them to do it. If it's a municipal roadway, we'll gladly make sure that that's done as well.
Because I sent 2 emails, maybe it's more than a year now, and I never got a response. I sent it to the DPW, so I don't know if it's their responsibility.
Okay, well, we'll take a look at that.
Okay,
We'll take care, we'll address it.
thank you.
Thank you. Any further questions, comments?
Mayor, I have comments that
Yes.
were submitted by email. Gary Mosher, 2152 Tyler Street. I will first state that I have desperately attempted to resolve the issues I will raise in this public forum through the usual non-public proper channels. Unfortunately, the people you have employed to provide administration and oversight have chosen to be complicit in the malicious violations of my constitutional rights that I have endured at the hands of your law-breaking law enforcement agents. In future, I will be providing dozens of examples of actions by the government you employ that defy reasonable explanation as anything other than gross incompetence or willful unprofessionalism. This years-long saga started with a simple assertion. The side fence on the 2148 property was improperly installed across the 2152 property line. These professional surveys, one being the original construction survey, indicate the fence does, in fact, cross the property line. That indication has been confirmed by measurement by the building department from both foundations. The 2021 odd survey that your government didn't produce on a first OPA request coincidentally is missing one relevant measurement, the measurement of the property line on the side of the property that the fence happens to be on. Without that measurement, the validity of the survey cannot be confirmed or denied by simple measurement from the foundation. The survey is obviously suspect and can produce no useful information regarding what is at controversy. Your administrator produced this comment as a response to these facts. Quoting Mr. Travisano, you assert there is no proof that the fence at 2148 Tyler Street is on the correct side of the property line. This is inaccurate. A professionally prepared and sealed survey dated January 26, 2021 was submitted by the property owner at 2148 Tyler Street. That survey was reviewed by our building department. While it is true that it does not include every measurement you would prefer, the survey is a legally recognized document and indicates the fence location within the property lines as depicted. Your administrator has aggressively defended the disqualification of 3 consistent, corroborate each other property surveys containing no cited defects, to instead support an inconsistent survey with the obvious defect of missing integral measurements. The administrator's assistance was sought because the building department stopped all communication after not following through on its own findings. How do you defend this action by your administrator? Do you think your government has a duty to investigate obviously suspect surveys when they are submitted? An honest investigation of the facts already in the record will prove, beyond reasonable doubt, that the fence crosses the property line and needs to be reinstalled. The fact that you will not do that honest investigation just adds insult to the 2+ years of injury your government has imposed. A complete chronology of events has been produced and provided to the mayor, the administrator, the head of the building department, and the town lawyer, among others. That's it.
Thank you, Madam Clerk.
Mayor, may I just
Yes.
address that briefly? So, Mayor, this has been an ongoing issue, but as pointed out in the gentleman's email that was read by the clerk, that the survey that was provided to the township, the most recent one, I would remind everybody, indicates that there is no encroachment. So this is your typical neighbor upon neighbor dispute. Obviously, gentleman believes that the fence is encroaching on his property. We have a survey that indicates it does not. So when that happens, okay, it's really up to the homeowner to take whatever appropriate action he or she deems appropriate to remove that encroachment. But at this point in time, township is not necessarily going to do something when it has proof that there is no encroachment. So just, and I'd be remiss to say that Mr. Travisano looked at it, but also had the building department look at it as well. And the building department representatives there confirmed their review does not lead them to conclude that there is an encroachment.
Thank you, Mr. Antonelli, for that clarification. Is there anyone else from the public wishing to speak? Hearing none, could I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn, Mayor.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.